The war is still ongoing. Imu simply won a battle against the warrior of liberation, not the entire war. You guys remember what Blackbeard said about men's dreams never ending? Well, similarly, humanity's quest for freedom hasn't ended. Imu's beef wasn't just with Joyboy, but the ideal of liberation itself, which has had multiple warriors taking up the charge throughout history. Whether it be Noland, Roger, or even Rox, they all chased freedom in the name of piracy. And all of these people who seeked this dream donned the middle initial of D. Because humanity's chase for freedom never ends, since freedom itself is a dream for us, as we need rules and governance to make sure the bad apples of society don't ruin it for the rest. However, by creating those very systems, we bind ourselves to them. You can't give freedom to every person in the world, because to some people, like let's say Imu, they will be free to oppress others and gain power. But of course, an opposing force is always present, being Nika, or currently he is known as Monkey D. Luffy. Nika is confirmed to be a completely different entity to Joyboy, not just through Vegapunk's comment from chapter 1114, but also from the silhouette shown with the worship of the Sun God in Skypia's flashback. It's also evident from reading chapter 1066 that devil fruits are manifestations of dreams and wishes, where me and Yusuf believe that Nika was once a real person that represented an ideal of true freedom. But after his death, people would worship the sun, which Nika embodied, and eventually their wishes materialized Nika's spirit into a fruit. Like Luffy, after some Nika maxing, the fruit was drawn to Joyboy, as all three characters fundamentally embody the idea of liberation. However, though it may be cliche, Imu's devil fruit could be the counterpart to Nika, where during his time, the devil in Imu would stand against Nika's ideals. This battle is far greater than just 900 years. Rather, it goes back all the way to the beginning of civilization, when giants were the first people who roamed the earth under one continent. Okay, I think Yusuf came up with that while reading 5 Piece, but okay, let's go with it. We also know that these god fruits are zones with their own will and personality. The devil in Imu has been working alongside him in perfect synergy, where it's showcased with Imu's triple Irish, just like Hakubo's spirit in Cavendish. The reason why Imu doesn't care for the lower class people and proceeds to subjugate and kill the masses was because he isn't human. Furthermore, Imu's war had scarred the world in a way which never healed, and this is seen in the very geography of the planet. The only way to travel right now is to make extremely difficult voyages at sea, and because of that, most people never leave the island they are born on. The world has been forced into an unnatural isolation, which could be preyed upon to seize complete control, and that's exactly what happened after the Void Century. However, this isn't what the world was like 1,000 years ago, because back then, large continents spanned the globe, while it only took 100 years for the sea level to rise 200 meters, which isn't a natural phenomenon. You know Big Ben, right? Or maybe the Statue of Liberty or Niagara Falls. Do you know what all of these places have in common? They are just under 100 meters tall. The sea level doubled that in just a century. As the Marines hear this, they are in complete shock, comparing their 60-meter tall warships and immediately understanding why the world vanished. They literally need to be told by commanding officers that they shouldn't be listening to Vegapunk's message and that they need to focus on saving the Seraphims and Cypher Pole agents freed by Venus's attack. However, even if they are told not to listen, clearly the message has already been received to some degree, and this very crack Vegapunk has laid out upon the Marine psyche will later be used by Sword and its members like Kobe to change the world government from inside out. Finally, Vegapunk asks the big question. Just how did this flood happen? 200 meters is absolutely insane, so it must have been a man-made calamity, right? Well, if you guys have been watching our reviews weekly, you already know how. For that, hit that like button and go buy some gamer subs using code ABD for 10% off. It's using Uranus, which once again was used against Lulisig Kingdom, rising the sea level by 1 whole meter. We also see Imu in this chapter, who is absolutely livid. As a monkey deadbeat dragon fan, I actually have a PhD in ... analysis, and using that, I can say with about 80% maybe 82% accuracy that Imu's dots mean he's about to throw the controller across the room and show up at Egghead. And the only person capable of stopping him is, of course, Monkey Deadbeat Dragon.
I don't find you funny.
Okay, seriously though, Vegapunk has to drop some real lore bombs because we already knew Joyboy fought the Ancient Kingdom. We knew he was probably a pirate. We knew ancient weapons still exist. And after chapter 1088, we already found out the world was flooding. So what new info has he really revealed? It honestly feels like a recap and concrete confirmation of stuff that was already told to us subtly in the manga. However, I also get that this is the first time the entire world is listening to these truths, hence why every reveal is followed up by reactions. It was a peak chapter nonetheless, but all this recap by Vegapunk is about to come to an end, meaning we will definitely get some new juice next chapter, perhaps maybe the name of the Ancient Kingdom and Imu's face reveal, especially since the final panel, bro, is looking menacingly. Like, what will he do now that his secret is out? Well, if you guys want to know more about Imu and his personality, then watch this banger video on screen right now.